Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Family Relations Podcast, Episode 2.
Dos.
Thank you for our Spanish speakers. In case you didn't know. We have a pretty big Spanish audience as well.
Yeah, it's just a huge audience in general.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
As a matter of fact, I mean, this is going to be actually technically our third episode. We did like a pre-episode kind of introducing who we are. I feel like we're going to bring up that episode.
That episode's going to be brought up for a long time.
There's nothing special about it. It's just kind of an introductory episode. Go back and listen to it if you haven't listened to it again. I mean,
No, we got to push episode 1 because people are listening to the pre more than episode 1.
yeah, I mean, how about, you know what? Let's get a number count on those videos, you know? I mean, we started this podcast a week ago. Let's see where we're at numbers-wise.
Well, I just checked the pre. The pre was at 16, a whopping 16 views.
Wow.
Whopping.
What about the
Actual episode 1 was at about 5 views.
5 views?
So
a modest
it's not
5?
really translating.
Right.
I just need them to be the same.
Yeah.
I don't care if one is, I don't care if the numbers are not big, but I just need them even. They could both be 5 and I would be happy. I don't care about the 16.
Uh-huh.
I want them both the same.
So you're a man of consistency.
Consistency, it doesn't make sense. Why listen to the pre where we were hyping up episode 1 and then not listen to episode 1? What are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't translate.
No.
Doesn't make sense.
No.
So, yeah, I mean, you heard the man. Let's pump those numbers up.
Let's pump them.
Let's listen to that first episode because, as everybody could see, my co-host has OCD, and we got to match those view counts.
Right. I do have OCD pretty bad.
You do?
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Let me just go
All right,
here.
preface it.
Let me go here. First of all, we're strictly on YouTube for now. Strictly on YouTube, starting, and it's just driving me nuts. The numbers kill me, and I don't care. Like I said, I'm just everything for me has its place. Super OCD, and it's gotta line up.
How many times did you check your doorknob before you left today?
I think I lock my door on my car. Like when I got out of the car here, it's always 3. It's
Wow.
locked.
Is 3 the magic number for you?
3 is my magic number. But I've been in a situation. The guy who used to work at GNC, literally, not kidding you, would close that door, lock it, and would sit there for at least 30 seconds just going boom, 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 just yanking on these double doors. They're locked. You got it. Boom, 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 boom. To the point where the lady who worked next door would come out and she's like, "It's locked."
She's just
I'm not
sick.
kidding you.
She's just sick of his shit.
Imagine listening to this every day.
Yeah.
You're closing down shop and all you hear is boom, 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 boom. Somebody just yanking on the door.
You think he does that before he leaves his house too?
And this guy would wash his hands every 2 seconds.
Wow.
Yeah, his hands were so dry because of how much he washed them.
Ew, they were like all raw.
Raw. And he had to constantly moisturize. He'd wash, moisturize. And he had to. Or else his hands would just be cracked out of his mind.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Was he fired eventually?
No, he quit.
Oh, he quit?
Yeah, he quit.
Do you know why he quit?
I don't know why he quit. But I got some strange stories about him, but we won't talk about that because he's probably a listener.
He's one of the 5 views
He's probably one of the 5.
on that second episode. What if all 5 of them are from him?
Probably.
What if he's our biggest fan?
I don't want to call him by name, but
Yeah, you don't have to.
yeah, I don't have to do that.
Okay, so OCD GNC guy. What were we talking about before that?
We just go on these tangents that are not pretty good.
No, yeah, because then we completely lose our place and we don't remember what we're talking about.
We're trying to go pretty far. Do you remember that? Remember that guy?
Yeah, how we, the guy who came into,
The moon bounce guy.
yeah, we had a moon bounce for a family party. They dropped it off, and he was a young gun. He was a young gentleman.
At the time, he was older than us.
Was he?
Yeah.
I thought he was, relatively. But anyways, it doesn't matter. But basically what had happened was he was setting up the moon bounce, and who asked him the question?
I think your dad, because he asked him about like the extension cord.
Uh-huh.
Because he gave like your dad supplied him an extension cord so he could reach the certain outlet that your dad wanted it being ran to.
Uh-huh.
And then your dad's like, "Is that extension cord fine? Like, did it work?" And his only response was, "Yeah, it goes pretty far."
He panicked.
He just panicked, and that's all he said.
He completely panicked, didn't know how to properly address the question, and just instinctually went with the first thing that popped into his head.
Pretty far, just walked off.
He, in his mind, he knew it was a question about the length of the cord. So he's like, length. I need to think of adjectives that go along with length. It's a pretty long cord.
And it goes far.
And so it goes far. And he
Pretty far.
And as soon as he made that calculation in his head, he spit it out without finding the rest of the pieces that would have made that sentence work.
Oh my God. Do you remember? Speaking of random outbursts and just freaking out under pressure, when we used to play soccer every morning, so every Sunday morning, we were passing the park district there, the front entrance, and there's like a gym. And I think it's on the first floor, second floor. It doesn't matter. But there's a gym there. And as we're pulling out, there's this kid, like a high school kid. He's like checking himself out as he's like walking out, checking out his pump. Weirdo. Complete weirdo. And I think Mar was in the car with me. Mm-hmm. And he opens the window and he's just like.
Who's Mar?
Mario. He's a buddy of mine who I do another sports podcast with.
Hey, we don't mention any other shows on here.
No.
Shut up. Shut up.
No free sponsorships. But
kidding.
as we're passing this guy, my buddy here in the passenger seat, he's just like, "Hey, how was your lift?" Yells it out to him. He's literally right there. We're at the stop sign. He's on the crosswalk. How's your lift? This kid's answer, a little bit. That was his answer, and he walked up. He was like, a little bit, and then we're just like, what?
You know, I think this really goes to show how, kids, and I'm not excluding myself from this group, we just don't know how to interact with other people in real life.
We don't. And it'd be better off, take a pause, even if it's a 10-second pause, process what was just asked to you, then answer.
Yeah.
He feels the need to answer, boom, like that, and it just comes out like whatever.
It's like as soon as there's human contact, we all just panic.
It's because everyone's on their stupid phones.
Everyone communicates via text or...
Talking to people is a lost art.
Yeah, it really is.
And especially now, the way kids talk. Mm-hmm. I know we sound old saying that. Oh, kids talk like you see how they when we were younger.
Yeah.
No. We're part of this generation.
Yeah.
Why do they talk like that?
And just how there's certain slang terms now that
make no sense.
They don't make any sense.
No. There's one I like though.
What?
I like using the word bop for like a good song. Like this is a bop because it reminds me of like Kids Bop, which takes us back.
Did you were you an avid Kids Bop listener?
I wasn't, but I remember those commercials and they were the cheesiest things, but you never turned them off. Guarantee you never turned off a Kids Bop commercial, but you'd be like, what are these kids doing?
When I was younger, I remember hating those commercials.
But you never turned it off, did you?
Well, yeah, but to be honest, it was because of the TV. It had the box where you had to actually walk up to the TV and physically change the channel. You have to crouch down. Do a full squat to change the channel.
That's why we got some quads on us.
That's why we're a family of thick quad men.
Thick quads, yeah. Like it's just a lost art. There's so many random things. Do you remember when you couldn't record TV shows?
Yeah.
TiVo was a thing.
Well, you could, but you needed to record it to a VHS
tape.
A
blank VHS tape. Me and my brother used to record how MTV, when it was strictly music videos, that's all it was. We used to just put
How old are you?
24.
Wait, when? But
MTV used to have, it was like Saturday mornings, I think it was a Saturday morning thing, where they would just pump out strictly music videos for hours. And we would have the stack of the blank VHSs ready to record music videos. And we were just like, oh my God, I hope they play this song today. Hope to play the new Fall Out Boy. Just like stupid stuff like that.
Is that what you guys were into at the time, Fall Out Boy?
Fall Out Boy, Good Charlotte. I remember Good Charlotte. My mom found that CD, had a talk with my brother's friend's mom who got him into it. He got in so much trouble for listening to that. How we listened to Green Day, that album, used to pump it in my room.
American Idiot, right?
Yeah, my mom came in, took the CD, cracked it right in front of me.
Jesus. Your mom was like the Gestapo.
Really? We couldn't listen. We couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
I got into this last episode, but it's how I grew up. Couldn't do anything.
I remember coming over to your house and you guys, I think, hid the Green Day CD.
That was the second copy. We had 2 copies.
Oh, you guys learned your lesson.
Mm-hmm. And then the thing that didn't make any sense, my dad, he loves the CDs. American Idiot album in the glove box.
He liked it, huh?
He liked it. So technically, in my household, there were 3.5 technically because one was snapped in half.
Yeah.
So he had his own copy, and we're getting in trouble for listening to this. Meanwhile, he's jamming out on his way to work to American Idiot and Boulevard of Broken Dreams.
Did he like Holiday too?
He had. Oh my God, what an album! That's a great album.
Yeah, I mean, for as much as people shit on Green Day, I mean, it's a good album.
It's all the every band now that tries to modernize, they were better back then. Coldplay, better back then.
I was never a Coldplay fan.
I liked classic Coldplay. Even like
hold
Fall
on.
Out Boy, classic Fall Out Boy.
Can you give me some classic Coldplay? Can you sing some classic Coldplay for me?
I can sing it, but it would take me to different places. Coldplay is a song or is a band.
And it was all yellow.
That song is stupid. All right. I'm thinking like more like The Scientist. That's a jam.
Come on.
That's a jam.
Come on, bop some scientists
That's
for
just
me.
like, come up to reach you, tell you I'm sorry.
Hold
That's
on.
such a sad song.
Keep going.
What?
Just
You're
keep-
going to play it,
No,
aren't
no,
you?
no, I'm not. Keep.
Don't know how lucky you are.
Yeah.
I think it's lovely, actually. I don't know the words.
All right, so not the biggest
No,
fan.
it's a jam, though. They make you sad. You could be the happiest person ever. You put on some Coldplay, you're instantly sad, and you can pick parts of the song. You're just like, oh, maybe he's talking about me. Like, that's how the Goo Goo Dolls are. I love the Goo Goo Dolls.
Oh my God.
I'm literally singing them in July.
You sure you want the public to know this?
I love them. My favorite band of all time.
Okay. Wow.
Of all time.
Wow.
Of all time. And it's literally because I my biggest thing, I'll say they're relatable, but like the thing is, I don't really know if they are because you pick parts of songs, you're just like, oh yeah, that kind of, I guess, fits my life. Oh, I guess that fits my life. Even though none of it probably does,
Mm-hmm.
it's just like it connects with you in different levels. And like I like music that means something, that people are not like how music nowadays make noises with their mouth. It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Are you referring to a specific genre?
I'm referring to specific modern day rap. Like look at classic rap, the Tupac and Biggie Smalls era. They were singing about actual issues, and even though Biggie sounded like he had his mouth full of donuts, he sang words.
Yeah.
No rapper sings words anymore. It's just stupid.
Yeah.
Like sing words, mean something, or if it's words, it's about drugs, sex. It's about violence. Guarantee you see any of these guys on the streets, they're not about that.
I think the reason why you're seeing that now is because I think back in that era, you referred to like Tupac and Biggie, like those guys were kind of pioneering the way. They were just kind of like, what do we know? What do we want to talk about in our songs? What message do we want to get across? I'm sure they wanted to make money too. I'm sure that was always a goal, but I feel like now music has been commodified to the point where they find out like what the formula is.
Yeah.
Okay, kids want to listen. Kids want to hear this shit. So we're gonna make all the songs about popping Zans and drinking lean or whatever. I sound like an old person saying those words, but
Why is that a thing? Why?
because it makes money. That's why.
How do you put music on the radio telling kids to pop Zans? How are you doing that?
I mean,
That makes no sense to me. You're telling kids to go take drugs that are a prescription drug. How does that music filter through and get on the radio?
because
That's why people keep making music like that, because it gets to the radio. If they don't let it get to that point, it doesn't happen.
yeah.
There has like the radio, it's on the radio. Like literally the radio station needs to be, I don't get it. They just pump out the stupidest music.
I will say this though, for like that kind of music, there is a time and place for it, for sure.
The time and place for music like that is when it's just background noise. It's not when you're never like, oh, I got to listen to this good song. I want to go driving. No, like even driving, you want to listen to music that you can sing to.
Yeah.
But it's like, say you're at a party, background noise.
Yes.
Say you're at anywhere where it's just like background noise. That music's fine because the bass, the beat, like it's fine as long as you're not paying attention to it. You're just like, oh, there's some pretty good music.
It's like it's physically stimulating, but not mentally stimulating.
Right. If you sit there and just listen to what is being sang to you,
Mm-hmm.
You're just like, what am I listening to?
Right. You feel like you're on the drugs that they're talking, they're
Yeah.
singing about.
There's this rapper. I'll literally listen to his music and think I think I'm a stoner. I think I'm a druggie, but I'm just like, well, I'm not. I'm not this guy. He makes it seem so relatable. Like I'm here with them.
Right.
And he has the stupidest rap name in the world, Juice WRLD.
Oh, you're not a big fan of Juice WRLD.
I love Juice WRLD. I
Uh-huh.
love it. I love his the way he sings. I love his style of singing.
Yeah.
But like I'm just saying, he's one of the rappers that actually sing, even though he has like this whole like moaning when he sings, and it's kind of weird. But like I like his different sound, and he doesn't just make noises.
Yeah, he's like in that genre of like emo rap, right?
I like emo rap because it's actual words.
Yeah, and it's like you mentioned, it was like it's singing, and he kind of goes in, he kind of gets into like what we were just talking about, how rappers always sing about getting fucked up now mostly, but at the same time, he's trying to relate to the younger generation of like we're all depressed, we all need to cope with our demons,
Somebody heard him, and heard him bad.
Yeah.
Because he has his heart is in a million pieces.
What do you think happened to Juice WRLD?
Something happened.
First of all,
we gotta
why
get to the bottom of this.
Why is his name Juice WRLD?
I don't know.
Because
And it's not even. It's WRLD or something like that. It's not even world.
there's like a letter missing, right?
There's no O. It's just world. Juice WRLD.
What I mean, I wonder if his name relates to like what happened to him, like this event that just turned his world upside
Some woman
down.
juiced him.
This guy's getting juiced out
This
there.
guy's getting juiced. We got to stop getting juiced.
Yeah.
Top 3 rappers of all time, in your opinion.
In my opinion,
Your opinion.
of all time.
Of all time. To you. This is not based off record sales, based off you have your criteria, you put them in the top 3.
Shit.
But you got to give me a little bit of why they're there.
Wow, man, you're really putting me on the spot here.
I can go first.
Okay, yeah, you go first.
I can go first. I'm going to start at 1. Easy for me. It's absolutely easy. My number 1, night and day, is Tupac. Number 1. And it's simply because everything this man says, this guy is just phenomenal. This guy is so down to earth and talks about real issues. And there's something to be said when your music resonates nowadays.
Yeah.
Music that he made in the 90s that you listen to it now, you're just like, these are real issues that are still happening. Like there was even a point in one of his songs where he refers to the country wasn't ready for a black president. And that was like, whoa. And then it's like weird how that happened. It's just weird. Number 2, I would say for me, has to be Kid Cudi. Kid Cudi is at least the first 2, Man on the Moon 1, Man on the Moon 2, greatest 2 albums, I think, of all time. They're phenomenal. And I liked how he threw those little snippets in at the end of Man on the Moon 1 where like they would talk to you. And it was almost like a story if you listen to it in order, which was kind of cool. Number 3 is Tough. And it's all coming again off of this guy by no means is a superstar, but it's what he raps about and that kind of stuff. I love the way he sounds. I'm going to say Hopsin. Hopsin or Tech 9. They're up there. They are phenomenal. Underground rap for me is awesome.
Hopsin gets a lot of shit though, right?
Yeah, because
He gets a lot of shit for being like a woke rapper.
Right. But he sings songs that nobody would sing these days. He literally has a song. It's hilarious. It's called No Words. And he makes fun of modern day rap. And the song he sings is a complete joke. It sounds like something you'd hear on the radio now.
Really?
And it's the funniest thing. And then he'll just like randomly throw in a Kuna Matata in there as he's mumbling. It's just really funny.
Is Hopsin still is he still in the public eye? Is he still making music?
He's more doing like painting and skateboarding more than
naturally.
ever. Yeah. Yeah. I love me some Hopsin.
He's going the George W. Bush route.
Yeah. What? Wait, what? I agreed, but I had no idea where you were going with that.
After George Bush,
He started skateboarding after his presidency?
No, he just started doing paintings.
Oh, and challenging kids to skate?
Yeah. Big skater, who
Wow.
he has a pretty good kickflip on him. I'm not gonna lie.
Wow.
Yeah, he's got some serious pop in those kickflips.
Whoa.
He catches them super high too.
I don't know what that means, but wow.
You didn't ever skateboard?
You think I could skateboard? I used to try to skateboard.
You could never do like a kickflip?
Every kid has gone through a skateboarding phase.
Mhm.
Mine was bad.
Really, it didn't pan out for
No.
you, huh?
No,
You found out quickly where your natural abilities are,
and that's not in skateboarding.
not in skateboarding.
No, gotta keep my feet on the ground.
See, I was really bad at skateboarding, but I desperately wanted to be able to do tricks. So I would go in my garage on school nights when I was supposed to be doing my homework. It'd be snowing outside. And I'd just be in my garage trying to do kickflips for
Oh my
hours,
God.
hours on end until I got it. Bruised shins, trying to do kickflips. And eventually I got it.
You got a kickflip?
I got a kickflip. I was able to do kickflips. I was able to do heel flips,
Wow.
frontside shove-its.
I remember the shove-its. I remember one time.
Frontside, though.
I don't know the difference.
Okay, you know the way a normal shove-it goes?
It's kind of like,
How you kind of kick it behind you?
yeah.
You kick it in front of you instead.
So it's almost like a nollie shove it, kind of.
No,
No,
not at all.
isn't nollie at the front side of the board though?
Nollie is the front side of the board of the style of like, okay, if you...
That's like instead of a, it's a. This is some terrible podcasting because nobody sees what I'm doing here.
yeah.
But it's instead of like
Anthony's
this,
holding
it's
a
like,
pen and flipping it.
I have
like
a
it's,
fingerboard in my car.
Go grab it right now.
It's kind of too far.
It
I
goes
used
far,
to-
pretty far.
It's far, pretty far, but I have two fingerboards and a little ramp in my car.
Oh, you should have brought it. We could have done tricks that people could have just heard.
Remember handboards?
Yeah.
Oh,
Tech decks.
those are great. The little,
Oh, the actual ones where you use your hands.
Yeah.
Not the fingerboards.
both. I used to have a whole fingerboard skate park. The thing was legendary.
The handboards were just like, okay, relax. Like, we have tech decks. We don't... This is getting weird now.
Yeah, but handboards were for the kids that weren't too good at fingerboards.
That didn't have the finger dexterity.
Yeah, because with a fingerboard, it's kind of hard to, like, if I'm using my hands, I can slip my thumb under that board, give it a little extra,
A little extra pop.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but I can't do that on a fingerboard without being too obvious.
Right.
But with the handboard, you'd be like, this kid's got some skills.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, no, he's got his thumb. He's got some quick thumbs.
Is that what you're known for? Your quick thumbs?
My quick thumbs. That's what video gaming does to you. Remember that skateboard you had, the birdhouse with the lion under it,
Tiger.
tiger under it, with the kid with the bit off limb?
That was a Brian Sumner pro board.
I used to have bad dreams about that picture all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
The reason I knew about it was because back in the day, I don't know if the magazine still exists. It probably does, but it was called CCS, and
Oh,
I would
my
get it
God.
mailed to my house, and I would just go through all the pages, looking at all the skateboards and looking at all the clothing, and I just remember I would be obsessed with the graphics on the bottom of the boards.
That was huge.
Because there was there was that birdhouse one, which I saw, and I was like, damn, I want this board. Like, it looks so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, it's just a tiger on the bottom, like a cartoon tiger.
Yeah.
Kind of drawn in the same style as I don't like Ren and Stimpy or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was the skater, Brian Sumner, whose board it was, and his head was like slumped over and his mouth was open and it was like drooling, and the tiger had basically eaten him, and his limbs were detached,
Yeah, and he was just, there's blood everywhere.
blood everywhere, and I am a how old was I at the time? 8 or 9.
8 or 9 year old with this board.
and I thought it was the coolest thing.
It was the scariest thing.
But I remember flipping through those magazines and just being like a kid in a candy store, like, these are the coolest. This is the coolest art I've ever seen.
Wow.
You know.
Yeah.
There was those. There was I remember hookups. Do you remember the hookups boards where it was like the anime girls on the bottom?
No.
Yeah, they were like half nude anime girls, and the
What?
brand was called Hookups.
I don't remember. I remember Birdhouse. I remember Blind. What was Spitfire? That was a type of
Spitfire's wheels.
wheels. You remember the Reds, the trucks?
Yeah,
Those are the trucks to have. If you had Reds and the bearings.
I think Reds were bearings.
Reds were bearings.
Independent made trucks.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's taking me back.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You want to start skateboarding again?
I don't think I would last.
I mean, that's kind of the reason why I stopped.
I think I would.
'cause
I
I
would
got
accept
fucked
a
up one
challenge
time.
to try to like enter a half pipe. I would probably break bones in the process, but I think you give me enough tries, I think I could enter, like start at the top and just kind of just No tricks. Just stay smooth going down.
I never liked skating vert,
I'd be-
which means skating ramps and stuff. I was too scared. I was a little puss boy. I couldn't do it.
Could you grind?
Yeah, but not like down a staircase. It would be one of those like rails where you can buy at the store and they're like have on the stands, and you can ride up to it at your own leisure and jump onto it.
Yeah.
Just very non-threatening, very easy to do.
I would take a shin to one of those poles if I tried to do that.
Yeah.
My ollies, I would leave the ground. The board wouldn't go anywhere.
At a certain point, you're like, what am I going to do? Become a professional skateboarder? What am I doing with my life?
It's just, why did we skateboard so much?
I remember what ended it for me was I was just trying to ollie a gap. You know the bike store down the street from my house?
Yeah.
There was like a gap in the back where like on one end it was like pavement, and then there was like a gap where there was like plants and stuff, and then on the other side it's obviously pavement. So one time I just tried ollieing over that
How
gap.
big is this gap? What kind of
It's
gap?
not
we talking?
that big. It's maybe a foot and a half wide.
Oh, that's a pretty big gap though.
I'm
guessing you didn't make it?
Maybe 2 feet. So I roll up to this thing and I ollie over it, and I guess I'm not going fast enough. Well, I know I'm not going fast enough because my back 2 trucks caught the gap,
Oh
like
my god.
the dirt part, and it catapulted me off my skateboard. And I was going so fast, and I hit the ground, and I was going so fast I bounced off the pavement.
Oh my god.
I bounced off the pavement, and I had road rash going from like my lower back
Oh.
down my butt to like the back of my leg. And it was on that day I was like, I'm done.
You never touch the board again?
I'm done. I mean, I didn't touch the board in the way that I used to.
It was never the
It
same.
was never the same.
It changed you that day, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like when a football player, they go up for a catch and they just get blindsided that one time.
Yeah, then he's always looking over his shoulder.
He's always looking over his shoulder. I was always looking down at my feet after that.
Oh my god.
So that's what ruined it for me.
Jesus.
So that's when I stopped skateboarding, and I did safer activities after that.
I remember your baseball phase.
Yeah.
You went through that was actually a good phase.
Wasn't good at that either. I was only good at running the bases, which is,
That's what made me start in high school is because I could run.
really?
I couldn't really hit the ball.
You played baseball like your whole life though, right?
Yeah, but soon as kids started throwing good curveballs and good off speed, I couldn't hit the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And it came to the point where I was super fast, and the coach is like, "We need you in the outfield," because I can field and I was fast. Couldn't hit the ball.
Uh-huh.
Everyone pre-game's taking 10 swings, 3 bunts. I come up there, 10 bunts, 3 swings. So he's just, because my coach is like, we got to get this kid on the bases. I'd bunt at least 2-3 times a game. Easy.
Yeah.
And he's like, you don't need the sign. If you see something, drop it down. Okay. I used to bunt almost every time.
You became a really good bunter.
Yeah. I had the 3rd best average sophomore year of high school. I bunted 3-4 times a game. 3-4 times. If it wasn't a bunt single, it was a strikeout or a walk.
So the other team knew what was coming.
They
when
knew
you
it
were
was
up to
coming,
bat.
but as soon as I saw the third baseman creep in, pop it down the first base line. I would just read them like a book and just drop it.
You mastered that angling.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
literally like a lax stick is how you're supposed to bunt, like you're catching it in the basket.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd go
I was never good at that.
bunting.
I would just hold the bat like it was just a brick. The ball would just go clunk right off of it and go flying right towards the pitcher.
That was the worst feeling ever. If it got it wrong right at the pitcher, you're just like, oh my god.
Yeah. The thing is, though, I was quick, so I would screw over the guy that was already on first base, but I would make it. There would be an out, but I would still
Oh,
make
they'd
it.
get the lead runner, so you didn't.
Yeah, because I would make them nervous because I would just start sprinting and they would rush the throw. It was like, oh,
You're in their head.
yeah, I was in their head.
Wow.
Well, Anthony, it seems like we're at 30 minutes right now
Wow.
already.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I never got to the story that I was going to talk about.
We're getting to that first thing, episode 4.
Okay, yeah. First thing I said, well, let's put this off, but we completely missed it. So I will start with my story of when I went down to NIU
Yeah, we got way off topic.
and puked in a storm drain.
We're literally going right into it, episode 4.
Yeah, right off the bat, make sure we cover it. Yeah, that's about it. Hope you guys have a good weekend. And
Good weekend. Where this is supposed to be released on a Monday.
you're right.
Have a good week, guys.
Have a good week. Love life. Love your family. If you don't have a family, I'm sorry.
We're your family.
We're your family.
It's only for the people who don't have one.
Yeah.
Not for everyone. Don't get crazy.
If you have a family, go love them.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't, you have
Love us.
You have our affection.
Mm-hmm. And love.
That's the same thing.
Love and affection. People say that.
All right, guys.
That's enough. That's a wrap.
That's a wrap. See ya.
See you guys.